Hello, this is Broly SS Guy, and I'm back with another video. This video, I want to talk about how Sony is supposedly canceling PC ports, and I'm all for it. But the thing is this: I'm starting to see a lot of people like catching loopholes inside. They're catching loopholes inside of that article that Jason Schreier had wrote, saying things like things can change in the future, saying things like they talked to a source in the in the company. They didn't hear anything from the actual direct people. And then they got people. There's people on YouTube like actually going back to old videos of Sony saying things about you know um being more aggressive with PC and putting more games out on PC. Now they could be right. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe Jason Schreier gave up some wrong information. I don't know. But from what I've been hearing is like when you put stuff on shit on Bloomberg, as far as stuff like articles, whatever, like it's legit, like it's 100% real. So I don't know. I'm not too much on like Bloomberg or Jason Schreier. That really like checked on their articles, nothing like that, or their site, whatever you want to call it. But I don't know, man. I hope that it's true though. But the thing about it is like people I keep going back to the what like I said again, like how the head of Sony, like the presidents, like Herman Host and Nino, whatever his name is. Um, how they was saying like we're gonna be more aggressive with PC. So this is the thing too, right? Like to me, it's like okay, well, Phil Spencer said that it'll only be 4 games back then, and see how things changed. You see what I'm saying? So like they said that back then, you know what I'm saying? And then you mean like things can change within the time period they said what they said. Look at what Phil Spencer. We said it's gonna be 4 games, and like what, a month or two later, it was more than 4 games, wasn't it? I mean, I'm using that for an example because I feel like it's a good example to use because like since they want to, people want to keep want to go back to like old videos and showing what people said, but I was doing it too. I ain't gonna lie. It's like I was a little heated about what's going on with what's that guy's name? What's that guy's name? Shuhei Yoshida. He's the one that caused the PC ports. I know that they said that it was Sean Layton, but it wasn't Sean Layton. Sean Layton pretty much did what not Hiroki Toki. He did what Shuhei Yoshida wanted him to do because Shuhei Yoshida was the very first one that wanted the PC ports to be pushed. So they said that Shuhei Yoshida was actually begging them to do it. Like he kept on pressing and asking, them, pushing and pushing and pushing until he finally caved in, which would be Sean Layton. Anyway, yeah, that's who really started with Shuhei Yoshida though. But back to what I was saying though, like then people going towards like going to shit like, well, Shuhei Yoshida said they're printing money off of that shit, right? She had said that, but $2 billion is a lot of money to us, but to Sony, it might not be a lot of money to them. You know what I mean? And I think that Shuhei Yoshida, he likes PCs like that anyway. And on top of that, he knew that he was going out the door because they was pushing him out the door. So, like I said, in my opinion, that was Shuhei's revenge on Sony to put shit on PC because he knew that they was all about exclusives. Think about that. He knew they was all about exclusives. But all of a sudden, you about to get pushed out of that goddamn business. Let's go to PC rail, guys, and put things on PC. He knew that, that it would pretty much damage Sony's identity, which it's starting to do now in the way where people are like going from consoles to PCs. You know what I'm saying? Like we got people saying, "Eh, I can wait a couple years to get in my PC. I don't need a PS6 or a PS5." That's gonna hurt your brand because like people are like, you know what, your brand looks less attractive because you don't have anything that's like tied to your brand that says this is what I want to buy. You know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, that print money and shit was what you should have said. You never heard Sony say no shit like that. I never heard Hummer Host or what's the guy's name? Uh Just Ryan said on shit like, well, we print money like that, and they was printing money like that. They would put them games on their day and date. Cause look at Microsoft. If it's printing money like that, why is it printing money like that for Microsoft? Why they had to put games on PlayStation if they print money like that? Think about that. If it's really printing money like that, why they put games on? Why they had to put games on PC on PlayStation 5? They should have stayed with PC. Because remember, PC's a way bigger fan base or like users compared to like consoles, right? I don't know the exact number, but like a bigger number than we have on consoles. So if PCs really print money like that, they shouldn't need PlayStation players at all. I don't want to hear though, well, it's for more money. No, I don't want to hear that shit. It's like PC should be enough, right? There should be enough for Microsoft to not have to put their games on PlayStation. You know. Now with Sony, it's the same thing. Like if PC was enough, then why you putting? Hold on, if PC was enough, then why you shutting down studios? Why we ain't getting no games faster? You know what I'm saying? PC doing so good for Sony. Yeah, like why we gotta wait 6 years for a game? Why we gotta wait? Why we gotta wait every year for one game a year? But PC's doing so good for Sony, right? It ain't showing us it's doing any good for Sony. I don't see no improvements going on for Sony or Microsoft. And that's the case. Microsoft lost their identity completely. Everything's an Xbox. My PC's a lot as a Xbox. My TV is an Xbox. Look at how that. And you know what? And I think that's what happened. If you noticed it, we didn't get that news. Well, actually, we had got that news a month ago. It was in a report too. That was yeah. It was in the report in an article. It said things that's gonna be changing within Sony, and it said something like no longer doing PC ports or something like that, or some shit it said. But I know it's something to do with PC like not being involved. And people saw that shit like I think a month or two ago. We saw it like a couple months ago, but what happened was we heard. Well, I know I heard some news that Sony's gonna be pretty much skipping PC as far as like PC ports. We heard this shit like a month ago, and then like this month with Sarah and what's his name? Ed Boon, not Ed Boon. um, what's the guy's name, bro? Phil Spencer. After they got fired, all of a sudden now we getting articles talking about something. Yeah, so it's changing their strategy up. You know why? If this, you know why I think they're doing it because they saw what happened with Phil Spencer, and they saw what happened with Sarah Bond. I think her my host that nigga Nino was like, yeah, but I changed that shit, our strategy because we saw what's happened to those two niggas. You know what I'm saying? I think that's part of the reason too. Was like I don't know whose idea it was to actually like oh well, all I gotta do is shoot Yoshida and also Hiroki Totoki. But the thing about it is this though, like maybe Hiroki is telling them like go ahead and change our strategy because we just saw what happened with them, and on top of that too, remember now they got new people in there running it. That lady Amy or Asha, whatever her name is. So maybe like I know it's maybe like the deal is like no longer there no more because like Phil left, so like things has changed. She already sit there saying we're going back to our old ways. Come on now. Old man's we what like old ways could be like what exclusives? Well, it's a root of Xbox besides the games exclusives. So maybe something like that too. Like they already lost their two CEOs or presidents in the one damn day. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that kind of scared them as well by losing their job. So they want to shift it back and they don't want to hurt the console. I believe. And for what I was hearing is like PlayStation alone makes over $100 billion in in money, and like the PC part is only like 2%, like or 1% or 2% of their income, whatever. So I guess it's like, well, it's not really enough money to put our brand in danger over the small percentage. Because, like, if you think about it, everybody says it's not hurting the company right now, but actually, it is hurting the company right now. Because, like, if you think about it, these consoles should have been selling a whole lot faster, but it hasn't. And Sony sit there and said that long time ago. They said, "Well, we thought by now we would have a certain amount of money racked up, but we're not there yet." You know, so like basically, a lot of people still on PS4 because high price PS5s or they got PCs as well in the house, probably on their PC. Like I don't need a PS5, I got PS4 right. I got a PC right here and a PS4. Whatever doesn't come to PS4, I got a PC. So I'm good either way. You know what I'm saying? So like that, I think that alone hurts Sony. I'm not gonna say everybody that's had a PS4 had a PC, but I think a lot of people that do have PS4 got PC. I ain't gonna say how much, but I think it's a good chunk of people, in my opinion. Um, yeah, but I be seeing a lot of people trying to like break this little code down. Like, yeah, Sony's not gonna they're not gonna stop doing it. They're gonna keep on porting it out, right? Like they're trying to really show these old videos of Sony, like saying what they're saying back then. But as I said before, things change. Things can't change, bro. Just because we saw a video of Sony talking about that shit then, don't mean it ain't changed now. And another thing is too is this. I've been hearing some shit about hip hop gamer and talking about some. It's funny how these people are talking about PC ports that stop, and he'll make a video about that shit next week. Now, Jason Schreier already made an article saying that it's official. So I don't know what's hip hop gamer want to say that's going to like change the story around the saying like what they're not gonna stop putting out PC ports because I'm like this though. If they're gonna keep putting out PC ports and they know daggone well the Xbox Magnet's coming out next year, that thing's already been revealed somewhat, as far as showing like a logo and everything and the specs of it, I guess probably I don't know, but if that comes out, what's the point in the PS6 if you can play the PS6 games on your Xbox and also on PC? There ain't no need for a PS6 then. For what? I could get a PC and play your games for free. I can go to that route of the Gamer 2023 and Foxy Games is give me a PC and play everything on one PC on one platform. Or just play it on the Xbox. At least on there, I have Steam, I have Xbox games and PlayStation games. Why just buy one console that you're gonna put all your games on different places anyway? That's crazy. So like I said, man, like I hope it's true that they are gonna stop porting games to PC. I really do because you know um I don't want to see the brand just become Sega. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see our company like stay afloat and make their money and stay healthy and what I'm saying? Like I don't want to see it become no Sega or Xbox. I'm just saying like the Xbox console, bro, is like pretty much you know not work doing so well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Um, yeah, man. I hope Jason Schreier is like on the money with his article. Hope everything is true. And you know what? If people keep saying shit like, well, okay, in that article it did say shit like, well, things are subject to change in the future. That can't be shit. You know what? Though the thing is this: people are thinking like it can change for PC ports. Like, no, I'm sorry. Like, people are thinking like it can change for like, let's just talk about like the first party games going back to PC. But I'm not looking at it that way. What I'm thinking is this: it can change as far as like the what do you call it the multiplayer. If the multiplayer games continue to fail through PC and through PlayStation, then eventually they'll let it go. That could be another plan they're talking about. I don't think they're talking about changing the plan right back this. Well, we know what we're gonna bring this shit back to PC. If they are, they are. But in my opinion, I feel like they're saying like if the games keep on flopping on for live services, then they'll go ahead and just let it go off of PC as well and just scrap it up or just keep going PlayStation and make money off of PlayStation themselves. Probably, I'm not for sure, but that's how I look at it though. But yeah, I hope that whatever hip hop gamer is about to be saying this week is not some bad news for the Sony fans. But when he talks about some shit like, yeah, like it's kind of funny that people are out here thinking that PC ports have stopped, as if you get the news of saying like it's not true. And you know what? If he feels as though what he gotta say is the correct, why don't he just go ahead and post it on Bloomberg like Jason Schreier did? Unless you gotta be a part of that group or something, I don't know. But all I'm saying is like if it's fat like that, bro, put it on Bloomberg so everybody can see it and everybody can take your word for it. Because I heard we put on Bloomberg, it's like stamp. It's legit. It's the truth. That's another thing too, though. Like if Jason put it on Bloomberg, wouldn't that make sure? Wouldn't that pretty much mean that it's the truth? Because wouldn't Bloomberg like we get in trouble for putting that shit out on an article or Bloomberg like that based on like you know true news? I'm not for sure. Not for sure though. But I don't know. Well, another thing is this though, too, guys. Like people are saying, well, Sony hasn't confirmed it since they said it. Like they haven't came out and said, you know what? Yes, he's correct. It's really happening. But yet we haven't seen Sony deny it either. We haven't. And then another thing I heard Sony. I don't know. I don't know. I'll give it to that a lot of time, but. I don't know, guys. Tell me how you guys feel. You feel as though Sony really did do it, like it's legit. Do you feel as though Hip Hop Gamer might have a different type of story saying that you know what, everything's just bull crap and it's gonna be on PC day and date, or they're gonna keep porting the PC regardless of how we feel. And I'm like this. If they're gonna put it on PC, I need to give you a Xbox or a Switch 2. Dead ass. And Switch 2 or something probably. And the point in the PS6. Oh wait. Before I go, guys, this is another thing too. Now, ever since the Xbox has been the new Xbox has been revealed, sort of, kind of, right? Now, I'm seeing niggas that wanted the PS6 to be pushed back to 2030, 2040, 2050. We got a PS5 Pro, the PS5 Pro. Now these niggas sit here gushing over the PS6, bro. Stop playing, nigga. I'm like, stop, bro. Ain't no way. Motherfuckers gushing. Oh my god, the PS, on the Xbox, it's gonna be so powerful. Oh my god, it's gonna be on a level of over 30 or 40, 80. I don't know, 50, 80, some shit like that. Whatever. I don't know. I'm not a PC dude. But anyway, but like just gushing over it. I'm like, here we go again, yo. It's like, bruh. Same nigga said glazing over the PS5 Pro years ago before it came out. Oh my! It's talking about PS5 Pro non-stop, day in and day out, day in and day out, every single fucking day. PS5 Pro, PS5 Pro. And it was like, you know what, man? Now, since the Xbox been pretty much revealed today, they've been gushing all over the PS5, over the Xbox. Oh my! I'm getting day one. I'm getting day one. I'm saying to myself, what about the PS6? Oh, that's a PS6. Nah, that can't come out right now. That's gotta stay behind. It's gotta stay behind. It's no shape or form to be pushed out right now. Hey, hold up, hold up. So you mean tell me because Xbox bought some studios, they in the shape or form to get bring out a damn new console? Yet the ones that got now dead or alive, it's already dead. Are you serious? But yet PlayStation can actually sell consoles and sell a whole lot more consoles. You know what I'm saying? But nah. To me, man, it's just weird, bro. Like seeing people sit there and just glaze, not glaze, but like sit there and like be what's the word? Just being biased. Like, yeah, I'd rather see the Xbox come out over the PS6. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, bro. It's 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 just weird. I don't got here real quick. It's going on, but it is like I'm like, hold up. So 20 for PS6, 2030, 2040, but the Magnus 2027. Everybody's fine with that, right? Keep in mind, the Series X is their pretty much their fucking Xbox we call that shit. It's their pro. The Series X is their pro. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much their pro. And the Series S is their base console. Their first OG console. You know what I'm saying? So like these the guys that got the pro are so against the PS6 because they bought spent on that money on that fucking pro. That's all there is to it. They want the fucking the OG PS5 to collect dust to get dusty and get all old and decrepit, while Xbox fans get a whole new fucking console. You know what I'm saying? Like I know I can go buy one, but I'd rather have my PS6 than get an Xbox. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I'd rather get my PS6 first. But like this just this is the thing to me. If the PS6 come out later, you know what that means for Xbox? They can get a whole lot more players faster. And if hip hop gamers say come on here and say that, oh yeah, by the way, Sony is not going to stop making PC ports. It's a wrap. Cause like it's gonna be like, well, that means a lot of people will be getting their Xbox hybrid console first, and they're gonna be playing PS6 games and PlayStation 5 games on their console. You know what I'm saying? So like, by Sony waiting so long to put out a console, people is gonna lose interest. They'll get waiting for PS6. They're like, well, shit, why I get a PS6? Well, like, you already got the next gen Xbox right here. They play all your games. They plus more powerful. Well, probably a cheaper price. Who knows? Might be $700. You never know. But yeah, in my opinion, by putting the PS6 out later, it's gonna lose steam. It's gonna lose interest, and people will be like, we'll just stick with the PS5 Pro. The ones that got one. That's what they're saying right now. People, listen, you know what? That's why I said it's a problem with Sony putting out two consoles like that, or PS5 Pro and PS5. Is like it divides up the people, and it makes people not want to get the next gen console because they feel like the mid gen refresh is too short of a cycle of a window for them getting from the next gen, the mid gen to the next gen. If that makes sense. So like to me, is this. That's why you can either buy both for the console if you can, or just wait it out and say, you know what, I just wait for a PS6. I don't need a PS5 Pro or PS6 Pro or PS7 Pro. Like you just wait it out. Like I just wait for the OG console to drop, then I get that instead. That's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? Like people are like they're forced because they got a Pro. They're forced to go out there and get a PS6. No, still your Pro. You know, so like to me, I feel like just because you got your console, later, and you want me everybody else suffer from not getting the PS6 because you got the Pro so late, late, and Sony hasn't been delivering you guys the goods as far as like the performance and tools that it needed for the games a little better. That's not our fault. Ain't nobody put a gun to your head and said, "Go get a Pro." You did it yourself. Because y'all, a lot of them want to be PC gamers and all the PC shit when they fucking console. I care less. All I want is a console that looks better than the PS5 Pro, a whole lot better than PS5 Pro, and I'm good. That's all I need. You know what I'm saying? I'm not all into those frames per second, and I don't care about no 100 frames per second and all that bullshit. I don't care two fucks about that shit, bro. I don't. You know what I'm saying? All I want is my PS6 console, some God of War, so what's that game called? Heavenly Sword, bringing that game back. I know they never will, but I just like to see that game come back though. God of War, Horizon Forbidden West, shit like that. But alright, guys, that's all I gotta say. This is Bless God, signing out. One love and peace.